Hey everybody, welcome to Sound Pure. My name's Paul, and today's quick gear tip is going to be all about bass drum pedals and the drives that drive them towards your bass drum. This video is going to be for those of you that maybe are just getting into drumming, or maybe you've been drumming for a while but aren't too familiar with the different types of drives available on pedals and what they might feel like under your foot. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of the 4 main types of drives you can find on bass drum pedals. Starting with my right, we've got single chain drives, double chain drives, belt or strap drives, and direct drives. Most of these are all going to come at different price points, and like I mentioned, they're going to have different levels of responsiveness and different feelings under your foot. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of which each of them is going to feel like. So starting with the single chain drive pedal, these are generally going to be the least expensive pedals on the market just because they require the least amount of material and they don't require much time and effort to make. The trade-off here being that this single chain tends to be pretty flimsy on most models that they're available on. These are generally not professional level pedals. You can generally find these on intermediate and beginner pedals, or perhaps lightweight pedals that are designed to give you more of a classic look and feel. Something to note about a lot of single chain drive pedals is that you can sometimes feel and see a little bit of side-to-side movement up of the footboard. So that side-to-side movement is something that might decrease the responsiveness in the pedal, and it's something to be aware of when you're shopping for a new pedal. I spoke previously about a lot of classic and vintage pedals featuring single chain drives, and that technology was given a bit of a shot in the arm when manufacturers started doubling up the chains on their pedals to give us double chain drives. These are going to be much more robust than the single chains, and they're going to feel much more responsive, and they're also going to be a lot sturdier. A lot of times single chain pedals, especially on older pedals, a lot of times you would see the chain linkage break off or just wear out from excessive use. You generally don't see that on a lot of modern double chain pedals. There is a chance of the chain wearing out now and again, but on well-made pedals you generally don't see that happen. One trade-off, however, of chain drive pedals, especially double chain pedals, is that they do tend to feel a little bit heavy under the foot. So if you're someone who likes that kind of heavy feeling and likes that extra weight to give you more power, then you might want to look at getting a double chain pedal. But if you want something that's going to feel a little bit lighter and a little bit more responsive under your foot, maybe with a little bit less power, then you'll want to look at a strap or a belt drive pedal. These straps and belts tend to be made out of materials like nylon or other composite materials, and as such they tend to be a little bit stronger than the metal chains you see on these chain drive pedals. They tend not to wear out as much, and another good thing about strap drive pedals is that they tend not to collapse on themselves when the pedal goes into the upstroke. Sometimes when you're playing fast doubles or just really fast single bass pedal lines, chain drives can tend to collapse in on themselves during upstrokes. You generally don't see that with strap drives, so that's something else to keep in mind. Again, they're not going to be quite as powerful or heavy feeling as a chain drive, but they are going to be a little bit more responsive and fluid feeling. Now, if you're someone who likes to rip blast beats and extremely fast double kicks and you're playing in speed metal or death metal bands, you'll want to look at getting a direct drive pedal. Direct drive pedals are made from just a solid linkage of metal between the footboard and the actual housing that supports the beater shaft. So there's no actual cam that needs to drive the pedal forward. It's all one solid piece of metal. These generally are the most expensive pedals on the market. These are extremely professional, and they also give you the most response possible out of a pedal. Some folks actually find direct drive pedals to be a little bit too responsive. They're extremely quick, and you don't need a whole lot of force to get them moving. So sometimes it takes a little bit of an adjustment period to get used to how fast this kind of a pedal moves. Now, of course, I can talk all day about how these pedals feel, but my words don't really mean much unless you can actually get a pedal like this under your foot and try it out for yourself. That's why a lot of the pedals that you see here and that we sell at our store are eligible for a Try Before You Buy program. It allows you to get that pedal on your own kit under your foot so you can feel how it's going to feel during a gig, during a session, before you actually make the decision. So if you have any questions about any of the pedals that you see here, or about the differences in drive types, or if you just want to talk about the intricacies of your favorite pedal, give us a call. We'll be more than happy to help you out. Thanks guys, and stay tuned for the next gear tip. Take care.